How are you doing today? Everybody's doing really good? Nice. So what we're going to do today is we've addressed some of the bottom of the foot and mobility through the big toe. Now, in this video, we're going to address the top of the foot because the top of the foot needs love too, right? We can get adhesions in the top of the foot and that can make things sticky and gluey through the movement and translates up into the shin. So we're going to do a little fascial scrubbing on the top of the foot and then also around the ankle. So you're actually getting two today for the price of one. So keeping in mind that fascia is viscoelastic. So viscosity is the flow, the fluid flow of liquids. And so when you warm up the area, the fascial, interstitial and extracellular fluid will flow a little bit more easier and you get slide and glide more easily. So that will help with the ankle movement. And just as important as the foot, the movement and the responsiveness of the foot interacting with the ground comes up to the ankle. And so the ankle needs to be able to respond and articulate with the foot as it responds with the angles and tempos and textures of the ground. Right? And if the ankle is stiff, then that can translate into issues for the knee, because the knee is not necessarily meant to move as much as the ankle does. So we need the ankle to do its job to protect the knee that is only really designed to do this. So you can use either a therapy ball that's got that soft felt on it, or your tennis ball with a felt. A rubbery ball wouldn't work as well for this as these do. So all we're going to do here is we're going to take our ball and we're just going to do a nice gentle scrubbing. And you're not pushing hard. You're just going nice and gentle. All right. Just going nice and gentle. It's funny how doing this with my left hand is harder than doing it with my right hand. This is why we want to do things with different parts of our body, just to kind of increase that mind map and increase our brain plasticity so we don't get stuck in a rut. So it's always good to do things slightly differently from what you always do to make the brain rewire and rethink and keep that neurogenesis going. Try brushing your teeth with your other hand. You'll see what I mean. But if you do it often enough, I bet you get really good with it. So as I'm brushing, just coming around, and I can feel it's getting warmer. I'm just kind of working around the toes right now, but you're going to work your way all the way around the foot, top of the foot. And you can maybe start to move it a little bit. And if you want to, before you do this, maybe you've already started on this foot, but before you do it on the other foot, just give it a little test and see how that foot's feeling. See how the ankle mobility is moving. And then after you do it, see if there's been an improvement. And there may or may not be when you do these things, guys. You may find that when you do, a particular release that you see a really profound change. And that's fantastic because that gives you some insight to your body and what you can do to help it. And then there might be other areas you're like, yeah, no, they really didn't do anything for me. Well, in that case, you're pretty good in that area. And that's probably not where you need to put your focus. You need to put your focus on the other thing. So I'm just rubbing. All right, this is getting warm. I'm actually getting a little bit of pins and needles in my toe, a little bit of tingling, and that's nothing to be really worried about. It's just kind of increased circulation happening. All right, so go gentle. So that's the top of the foot. And now just to work around the ankle, you've got a lot of what's called a retinaculum that wraps around the ankle to keep the tendons in nice and tidy. And that it's quite thick. And so you want to loosen and warm that up. And actually I'm doing it a little bit by just giving a little twist here, right? Just kind of rubbing my hand around it. Does a similar job as to the scrubbing. So just going to scrub around the ankle bones, all the way around. And all we're doing as we're scrubbing is we might do a little bit of, we might be moving the tissue up and down a little bit, might be moving the skin up and down a little bit. But we're just trying to mobilize it and wake it up. All right. Feeling pretty good. Lovely. So what we're going to do here is we're going to now mobilize this. This isn't really a freeing situation necessarily. It's just kind of an awakening, activating situation, right? We're not doing a lot of pinpointing and grumpy spots and letting go, but we're just we're warming up and going. So if you have trouble with stiff feet or, yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Oh, that feels good. So a little mobilizing stretch for this, and I'll stand up. You won't see my face, but you'll be able to hear my voice. Is to use something to hold on to. And all we're going to do now is we're going to stretch through the top of the foot. So you're going to ground. I'm grounding the foot that I'm standing on, and then I'm going to just lay the top of my foot, pushing the toes back, and just lay that on the ground behind me, and then lengthening, pulling forward and up. So like I'm trying to draw my foot forward, but I'm also standing tall. And you're going to get a nice stretch through the front of the shin, through the anterior side of the shin. All right, so you're just going to get nice and long here. And then you're just going to do a little bit of a shift to left and right through your grounded foot. And then as you shift left and right, that's going to radiate the stretch around the 180 diameter of the front of that ankle. And the front of the top of the foot. So you can play around with this. You can either put it behind you and then do a little like a kind of bit of a pulling, dragging, like you're trying to draw this foot forward. Not necessarily that you are, but that's the motion for the stretch. And then rolling left and right. Oh, beautiful. And then some ankle rolls. All right. Just some nice, easy ankle rolls. Follow the foot on the ground and then just draw it all the way around 360 degrees as much as you can. And see how you're coming up on the ball of the toe, on that big toe. See how that big toe is articulating. It's a great mobilizer for the bottom of the foot as well. All right. Brilliant. Way to go. And have fun with that one. Let me know how it feels and see you next time.